What's going on, family? You're tuned in to Real Last Real Radio 104.1. Your nightcap of comedy, Ken Miller and the Big Chair tonight. Guys, I want to apologize to you. We were gone for 2 weeks, man. We were out here on the road getting our road life on, which for comedians, that's a good thing. That's a positive thing. Miguel was on the road. I was on the road. James been on the boat, man. So we do apologize. We have not been here for 2 weeks, but we are back. You're going to get all brand new shows this week, man. We do appreciate you tuning in. Like I said, James is out on the boat. Jeff Kaufman is out doing his thing, but I am joined in the virtual studio with my comedy family, kicking it off with the man to help get this thing started, Mr. Miguel Colon Jr., my brother. How are you?
Good, man. Good, man.
Good, man. Yeah, we had a really fun show yesterday, man, so I'm excited to have some good times today. Also, from the Pillar Fork podcast and the Psych comedy show, Mrs. Aimee LaCour. Aimee, how you doing, sis?
Doing so good. Just been real busy. Good to see y'all. Miss y'all. I miss Rue too. I miss Rue. Rue's been traveling.
Rue left you, dog. Rue left you. I know y'all broke up. I could tell. I could tell, Aimee, because you thirst trap and posting pictures with other comics.
I know. I asked her first. I told her she's ruining my life because I have had so many things to book, and I always book her first, and she's not been able to be on any of them. So I miss her very much. We got to get her back in. She says she wants to quick stand up, but I don't believe her. I don't think.
Tell her to do it then. Tell her to do it. It never. It never loved you anyway. Quit this. You want to quit? I've been 15 years in the game. You know how many times I've quit comedy on the ride home from places? Don't talk to me.
I quit so much because I have to explain to people, comedy will beat your ass up.
Beat you.
Every time I get around some young comics, they energize me, but at the same time, I'm like, man, you just don't know. You just don't know, because you could have an amazing year. Go ahead, Miguel.
Yeah. No, you say you have amazing year. It breaks your heart. Here's something me and Aimee were talking about yesterday, and this isn't like I'm not like bragging for all of us here, but here's the thing. You have this idea of what it's going to take to get to all the different levels you want. And remember, when we talk about levels of comedy, of course, in the back of everybody's mind, there is that superstardom fame. But as you do more and more comedy, it's not the thing you want. You want that good club life, living all these great dates, making good money. You know, like Ken right now is doing theaters that are amazing. Shows that like we kill for. But remember, Ken, how many years you been in the game?
20
years, guys. 20 years of lots of ups and downs. You know, you gotta understand, man, we touch the top sometimes. Steve Harvey, Ken's the one of the greatest, funniest comics he's ever had. COVID comes in there, right? I'm in James Yon. You guys have no clue. Your favorite comics, Nate Bergasi, you got Sebastian Maniscalco. Ask them about James Yon. They'll look you in the eye and say, "Oh, he's one of the funniest dudes in the world. He's a killer." You know, I've been on the road with back in the day. Bert Kreischer. I used to do all his Florida dates with him. Bert, friend of mine, friend of Mike Busey's. Bert, I could text him right now. That doesn't mean they're going to save you. There is no Captain Save-A-Ho in this game. There isn't, man. There isn't. Look, hey, man. I was having a talk with the homie Ken Bertrand a while ago. Ken Bertrand, he's on tour right now. World tours, man. He's with Matt Rife. World tours. And Cam says, he's like, Matt's my homie. He takes me everywhere. Cam goes, I still got to make sure I got a plan for me. Because at the end of the day, it's not about them abandoning you or not caring. They're focusing on their careers. And the minute somebody's like, hey, man, you try to do these 3 dates in Europe, and you're like, oh, man, I can't make them. They're like, okay, cool, no problem. They grab another dude, and then that dude can make all the other dates. And then it's just that simple. It's not like a lot of people don't get it. It's like people don't turn their back on you or abandon you. They focus on themselves.
Yeah.
And you have to focus on yourself.
Yeah.
And so,
like it's the same with me. Like this year is a great year. I've been touring with doing their OMG's Wicks. We're doing theaters. We're doing clubs selling. The dude sell. I tell people there's 4 people who sell out tickets that I know of: Gary Owen, Country Rain, Mojo Brooks, and OMG's Wicks. They selling tickets. Like It's ridiculous amount of tickets. But at the same time, on Thursday, I did a show for 8 people.
Yeah.
And then Saturday I did a show for 1,250 people. Like that's the ups and downs of comedy. So anytime I meet a comedian and they're frustrated with the game of comedy, I'm always like, well, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like, are you just doing local shows? Because if you're just doing local shows, then yeah, you're gonna be frustrated. There's no money in local shows. How often are you emailing bookers? Do you even know how to email a booker? Right. Do you have the email list to the bookers? You know what I'm saying? Trying to get booked on the comedy show is like trying to find a job. You got to put that resume out everywhere. You gotta send them that resume every 3 months because there are 10,000 comedians emailing that same club.
And also get good at all of it. Get good at all of it, man. Like I mean, and I'll toot my horn. You want me on a panel? I can sit on a panel and make it entertaining. You got a roast battle? I'll go on a roast battle. And it's not because I'm just good. No, I've tried to get good at all the things that are being booked, so that when you have an opportunity, I've hosted lots of festivals. I put myself out there. When it comes to getting work, I've been able to survive as a professional comic now for about 8 years, and the reason is because hey man, I'm like, hey yo, you got a gender reveal? Hey, $1,000, you got it? Guess what? I'll even bring the bad news. I'll be like, hey man, there's no heartbeat. But it was a boy. So
envelope.
Yeah. The baby's in the envelope. She pooped it. She pushed hard.
Listen, Miguel, watching you last night, I was, I know you don't like compliments from women, but I was in awe.
No, I'm just so used to them. It just gets old. I get it. Listen,
watching Miguel last night, he did not get tired. So we did this meet and greet this weekend, and he just talked to everybody, kissing babies, shaking hands, remembering little details, didn't get tired, was funny. Like, I get weird and I get tired, and so it was 2 hours of that meet and greet. I've never done one, so watching Miguel work was like watching a master. It was crazy.
The meet and greet is the most important part of a stand-up.
Part of the stand-up comedy show.
We do a meet and greet after every OMG's Wick show, and them meet and greets, Aimee, are 90 minutes to 2 hours, and we meet all 1,200 people.
No way.
And like you said, Miguel, about Miguel, you remember every detail about that person. Because they are there to see Wicks, but me and Mike Hurley here are an addition that they wasn't expecting. Yeah. So they get to talk to us. They're so excited because a lot of these people who come see OMG's Wicks have never been to a comedy. They don't even know how comedy works. You know what I'm saying? So the meet and greet for them, you get to talk to them. You get to hey man, your kids, they get to hug me about Junior, and they buy merch.
They buy merch. Aimee, what did we talk about yesterday? So here's one of the things me and Aimee talked about. This is Aimee. I'm gonna be your therapist. I'm gonna use constructive criticism. Yeah. You failed miserably. Let me tell you what Aimee would do. And this is why I was like, Aimee, people would when I tell you, honest to God, every minute I turned around, there was someone coming up to Aimee talking to her. Remember, she's kind of a new addition to the Monsters, and they're coming up talking to her. They love her segment. They love her personality. They love her vibe. They want to be fans. But Aimee is very modest. She's not used to all this. She, a little bit of that tism. She's been bit by the tism, so you can see a little spectrum in there. But what happening is, they're literally like, oh, we love you, blah, 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 blah. And Amy's like, thank you. And she's happy. But I'm like, so I'm with Aimee and I'm like, hey, man, so what do you do? And then the dude's like, oh, man, I just, work for this corporate company that books all the entertainment for blah, blah, blah. I'm like, wow, that's it. We literally talking to a woman the whole time. And Aimee, may I bring up how you kept throwing it in my face that men don't have it. Aimee kept telling me men's conversations are superficial. Me and this woman, we talked about everything. I know everything about her. A minute into it, I'm like, hey, so what do you do? She's like, oh, I book all the entertainment for Tavares. I said, wow, Amy's got a show. Whole town. I go, Amy's got a show called Psych. She's like, oh, man, we'd love to bring something like that to one of our theaters. I'm like, damn, talk to this bitch the whole time, Aimee, huh? Men are all superficial, huh? But that's the thing, Aimee. That's what the meet and greet is about. Hey, I'm going to interact with you. You just came to this show. I'm going to make this show seem personal to you. But also, what you got for me?
Right. Because I had no idea. I was just making little small talk, and then I'd get nervous, and I'd walk away.
Yeah, see, you just walk away, go nowhere. I literally was talking to that dude who needed a kidney, and I was like, watch her just walk to the middle of this and turn around and walk back.
I don't know how to do it. It's like I've never been to I don't go to them. I've never been to one. I don't know what it was. So I learned a lot from Miguel. I will do better. I will practice. But I'm just not like quick with like asking people about them in that kind of way. In a commodification way, which I know I need to be better about. It's hard.
Amy, I'll tell you, this is one of the best things, man. Here's what I know about communication. It's not about talking. It's about getting people interested in talking to you. So if you're not comfortable talking, ask more questions. Just be like, man, you really like the Monsters program? Cool. Throw yourself a little vulnerability. Be like, sometimes I'm really nervous on there. Do I come across nervous? Give them chances to talk to you about stuff. And then everybody wants to talk about themselves or something they're passionate about or something they love. So just hit them up with that. Be like, thanks, miss. What do you do? What do you do is a great question. If they don't got a good answer for it or they don't care to talk about it, cool, you pass right by. But do you know how many people you will ask, Amy, so what do you do? And out of nowhere, they're like, oh, me? I own all the radio stations and blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, oh, that's cool, man. And then you throw yourself in a little. You're like, man, I love being on the radio. Let me know if there's any advice you have on what I could do to be on more stations. And a lot of times they'll be like, here's my card. Hit me up. Yeah. You know how many gigs me and Ken have got? Restaurants, everything.
Let me tell you, Amy, my email when I got done with the OMG Wick show in we were somewhere recent we were at. I had 12 emails where people like, hey, do you do private? You do? Wow. Do you do? Because they saw my set, they love me, and then I was so personable after the show. Because another thing too, you might meet somebody that you need like, hey man, I'm thinking about remodeling my house, and by the grace of God, you meet a dude. Yeah, man. So I just do carpentry work. Oh my God, I was thinking about getting my kitchen done. I'm telling you, the meet and greet, you're gonna meet so many people, and you're gonna meet some weirdos. You're gonna meet some weird ass.
You're gonna meet some weird.
Hey man,
Amy, they're gonna meet a lot of people. There's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be like, Amy, I love you and your feet. I was in the library at UCF.
Taking picture, the UCF guy. And I think you know what? You nailed it, Miguel. I think that's a big part of it. Like when people usually talk to me, they want something like that. So having people talk to me for my brain instead of my body, I have to figure that out.
Yeah. You're gonna meet some weirdos, bro. You're gonna meet some racists. Because their whole thing is, oh, you were the black guy performing. You got to be cool. Let me tell you this racist ass joke.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yo, you're
what
do you
do, Ken? What do you do when that happens? What do you say?
Hey, when they say it, I'm like, yeah, that was terrible.
You stay you. Stay. Remember, you're in control of this room. They're coming to meet you. You're in control. Yeah. You know what the difference is too, Amy, man? We growing up in the neighborhood, you was constantly interacting with people, trying to figure out what's the next thing going on. What's up? What's popping? Who got this? What's happening? And that transcends into like me and Ken's personality on when we're talking to people. Because in the back of our mind, we're meeting you, we're chilling, we're not intimidated by you because you're in our house. You're this is my spot. This is my spot. I got it. But also I'm interested, and I'm always in the back of my mind, like, hey, is there something we can do? Is there something we can do?
I love it. Really
and
helpful.
It's just just talking, and if it's not comfortable to you, you ain't got to have a full ass conversation. You know what I'm saying?
You can tell them the bounce. You could be like, hey man, this dude. Hey, if somebody's weird, let the rest of the people around know. Hey man, this dude weird, man. If somebody get him out of here, because then the whole crowd's gonna be like, get out of here, get out of here.
Hey, and if you're uncomfortable with doing that, just like, hey, it was good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
I'm gonna talk to the other people in line, but hey, thanks for coming to the show. I do that. If somebody over there being too weird with me, hey man, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you coming through, brother. Hey man, thank you so much. I'm gonna get to them because they've been waiting for a minute, man. So you don't mind if I go ahead and talk to them, and as long as you're being cool with it. Oh yeah, man, my bad. I'm sorry for holding you, man. But man, we gotta run. We gotta take a commercial break. That went by pretty quick, man. We'll be right back, guys. Real Last Real Radio 104.1. Back, Real Last Real Radio 104.1, your nightcap of comedy. Ken Miller in the big chair tonight, guys. Do me a favor, go out, follow, like, and subscribe, man. Shoot us a message, shoot us a comment, man. We will make sure we reply back to you, man. Also, check out our official sponsor, Jeff Kaufman from the Law Office of Kaufman and Lynn and the Under Oath Podcast, www.whenyouneedus.com. 407-500-Jeff. Slip or fall, car accident, kicking the ass, give Jeff a call. Excuse me. Join the virtual studio with Miguel Colon Jr. and Aimee LaCour. Aimee, I know you got your master's degree and you out here throwing big words and stuff. Did you say commodification on the last?
Yeah, we talked about it. You remember what it means, right, Ken?
I had to Google it. I don't remember that.
We talked about it. We talked about it together. It means when you use money to, like, commodification of emotions, right? Like, as a therapist, you pay me to talk about your emotions, so I've commodified emotions. Or a prostitute, like a sexual commodification of sex. It's basically making money off.
She made me commodify twice.
You're ridiculous.
I said,
It's
man,
commodifying.
I said, I had to Google this, man. Nah, I don't even remember what we talk about on this show.
The commodification of blah, blah. Nah, man. Hey, that's your hustle, Aimee.
What, my brain?
My
brain. My big brain.
But, yeah. Oh, man. But I did want to go back to something, man. We had talked about last night, you guys are tuning into the show, and I didn't get a chance to bring this back up. I was laughing at the story about Miguel. Miguel used to go door to door as a mob boss, getting newspaper money from old people. And Miguel went down this list of people, and he was like, man, it was this person, that person. We had a white person, we had a person. And it had me really thinking about my friend groups and how mixed and diverse my friend groups are in all my life, from high school to military to even comedy. I had a super diverse friend group, and I've got to say that's because of the high school I went to. I went to a predominantly white high school. I got bused to school, so I had Spanish, white, black friends, and I had lady friends. I had like friends of different everything, and I'm just like, are you guys like now we all in our late 30s, 40s? Do you guys have the same thing as when you were younger, to have different friend groups now?
Yeah, I do, and one of the things with me is sometimes you purposely keep your friend group separate, not because of anything else, that it's like, I like doing this with this group. Like this is my like, because I say like my comedy friends, and it's not like you're enforcing separation, but it's like my comedy friends, it's about comedy sometimes. It's this, and then you have I guess you have friends too that aren't really friends for all the reasons you're friends. You have things you like about them. And then you have friends. I guess that's how I compile it. I have things I like about people. So there's some comics that I'm like, hey, this is so-and-so. I'll kick it with him and blah, blah, blah. And then like my friends are James, Ken's my friend, Busey's my friend. These are my friends. All part of my life will get shared with them. But then you compartmentalize other friends and you like, hey, that's my homeboy from the gym. We do gym stuff. And every now and then y'all cross into deeper friendship. And then you're like, all right, man. And Aimee, we were talking about this yesterday because she's talking about how guys will know each other for 10 years and not really know anything about each other. I said, no, Aimee, we'll know all the most important things about each other. We'll know that's Kevin. He all right on the basketball court. He kind of weird sometimes. That's my dude. We smoke weed. I trust him. And then you're like, what's Kevin's wife's name? Like, hey, man, I ain't the police, man. Like, hey, let the boy breathe. I've only known him 10 years.
Like, how's your mom? I don't know.
I don't know. I think Kevin's mom dead, or she dying, or I don't remember, man. He don't talk about it much. I know this though, man. He like all flats. He likes all flats.
Yeah.
Which is good if you like all wings, or drummies.
No, because it's a quote Will Mills. I pack you up if you a dude and you only want to eat one kind of wings. Will Mill brought it up on his top 5. He said, dudes who only like one kind of wings, all flats or drums, he said, pack them up. You bati. Something up with you. I only eat all flats. I eat a chicken's ass right now. Stuff it with blue cheese and fry it. If you go to a restaurant right now, they're like, all we got is fried chicken ass. I'm like, you got blue cheese or ranch? Blue cheese. Yeah, I'll take some. I'll take a 12-piece. And some pig gristle.
Oh, Aimee, you got a good mix of friends?
Yeah, I think when you said getting bussed in, so when I lived in Indiana, I got bussed in into the school.
Indiana, no such diversity. Keep going, Aimee.
I got bussed into school 215. I was one of the only white kids in that school, and that was a cool experience. It was a different experience. But when I moved to Florida in Orlando, again, it was all different types of people, all different races, boys, girls, and that was awesome. And that's how we grew up in Orlando. So now I realized I had a bunch of like white girlfriends from high school, and they didn't like the things that I liked. So when I started comedy, that was kind of nice to find people that wanted to talk about jokes and talk about comedy. So what Miguel was saying is I have my, these friends that do this. I have my comedy friends. I have my gym friends. When you get older, you kind of pick out who you want to do fun stuff with. And I had no women in comedy that liked to talk about Sinbad at the club on HBO. You know what I mean? So I found that later in life, and I try to stay as diverse as I can and not be a weird like lady about it. Oh, like, hey, you want to be my friend? Because I
you said something to me yesterday, Aimee, made me die laughing and want to punch you because I'm a feminist, equal rights, equal lefts. But you, Aimee had the audacity, Ken, to say that the Orlando comedy scene wasn't liberal enough for her. She was like, they hate on a liberal comic like me. I'm like, how many goofball, weird. I think the Orlando comedy scene is very mixed in with lots of different kinds of people.
Not the Orlando comedy scene. I'm talking about Florida in general. You'll go to pockets in Florida where they see a woman on stage and they hate you immediately.
Aimee, you go to clubs in this world and they see a woman on stage and they're like, oh man.
But what the context was we were traveling for work, and I would travel for my day job, and then I would go to different comedy spaces, and they were completely different. And that's what kept me going. Because like in Florida, I was like, am I just new? Yes, I was new and I wasn't good. I was like, do they not like me because of this?
Hold on. So you were new and not good, but you're blaming the audience for not liking you.
The vibes, like you go to a place and you could tell when people hate you. And like, so I would go to like New Orleans and they're like, yeah, let's get on stage. Let's do this. Or I go to Chicago and they were like welcoming. Florida, you have to be so tough. You have to fight so hard when you're first starting, especially 9 years ago. And it's a different vibe. You don't know if you need to fight harder.
Toughness is what builds you, Aimee. I came up with the bonkers era. You didn't know pulling up to a place if the people at the show knew it was a show.
Oh my God, I know.
You would roll up.
So here's the thing. Let me finish. The thing is not that it was a bad thing. It was I didn't know if I should give up or keep going. And if I hadn't gone to those other states to realize, oh, I can at least get a chuckle here in St. Louis, I would have just quit because I'm not funny and I'm old and I'm, so I went to those places and it gave me that glimmer of hope to get better here. And now that I can do well in Florida, I can do really well in a lot of places. So I appreciate it, but it was hard. It was just, I wouldn't have known that from Florida if I had quit.
Yeah, I grew. I was there. I grew up in there. Hey man, you show up. Hey, yeah, we about to do comedy, but Clemson playing.
Yeah. Everybody's rocking orange jerseys on.
Yeah, right.
You got a tiger paw on the front of this bar, and they're like, "Hey man, we gotta pause the game because Ken Millers wants to tell y'all about some jokes about his mama." And he's
right. They were like, but Clemson playing. Like, dude, last night, I did a show last night. It started at 7. The Knicks are in the finals. I asked the audience, how many of y'all in here from New York? Half of the audience clap. I said, I promise you, I have you done by 8:30. I will have you done and out of here in time. That's how, Aimee, that's how long I've been doing comedy. I know what's going on that night. I'm like, hey, look, I know the Knicks playing. So let me get y'all ass up out of here. Hey, man, I got on that stage, and at 8:15, 8:20, I was done. I was in the corner. I had my merch set up, and y'all come over and get merch. And as you walking out, there's a TV at the bar. You go right in there, watch the game. You go right in there. But, hey, but you learn those things. I've learned this, Aimee, to piggyback off what you said. When I go to other places, you have to also learn about what they have. Like I did a show in Ohio. They don't got HOA.
Yeah.
I did an HOA joke. They were like, what in the hell?
I love that. That's so interesting.
So you got to learn. You also have to learn, if it's welcoming, but also got to learn, hey, are these jokes going to work here? Because let me tell you something. Los Angeles, California hates me. I bomb every time I do LA. But New York, I slaughter in New York. I don't know what it is about LA. I'm just talking about my kids and family. They were like, ugh, whatever. Talk about Botox.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they do some more stories, and that's exactly what I'm saying, Ken. Is like, I would go to Chicago, and people would listen to me. I didn't have to fight to speak. And again, I love Florida because there's 13 hours of Florida, and there's parts of Florida where I do great, and parts of Florida where I have to change my set, and parts of Florida where I have to watch my back. But I feel really tough from coming here, and I'm glad that I grew here versus LA, because LA comics can't come to Florida all the time either. They hate it. LA comes here, and a lot of times they don't like it.
I'm the same way. I think if I would have started comedy anywhere else, I would not be the comedy that I am now.
Absolutely.
I think, like Miguel, I feel like Florida shaped me, because when I graduated high school, I was going straight to New York. I was not. My mama made me go to the military. I didn't know anything about comedy. I know how to start comedy. I didn't know any of that. I was just gonna go to New York because a Def Comedy Jam was in New York. So I thought, well, that's where you go to do stand up. And I was going to go up there and do stand-up. But I'm glad that I went to the military. I got to live life for about 9 or 10 years. Then I got to Orlando and was able to find a comedy club with a bunch of really great headliners who took me under their wings and taught me how to do stand-up, because I could be somewhere humping a bar stool right now.
Yeah. And I
like Miguel.
Yeah. Hey, that bar stool asked for it. I think, Aimee, something. So you're pretty big in like our local Orlando scene and stuff like that. Like you've got Bull and Bush. You put on your own productions. I do notice, though, it's a positive and a negative parts of this. There isn't any there aren't a lot of like traveling touring headliners that are like accessible to a lot of the comics in the younger scene. One of the cool things about that is it gives them the opportunity to determine how they want to do comedy on their own and figure out what matters to them. One of the negative things about it is they have no firsthand knowledge of what some of the next steps are going to be. And what I hear so many comics who've never worked clubs, never toured, never done theaters, telling me about what the game is like. And I'm like, I'm 15 years in. When I first started, my first show was an open mic at a place called Vane. My second show, I was in Pittsburgh with Philly with Jersey at Latitudes. My second show, I was 3 nights in another city hosted. And then I was on the road, Alex Yu, Dean, Eric Meyer, Jersey. My first year of comedy. So I didn't do open mics and stuff. I was on the road because all these dudes was like, hey, you want basically what it was they were doing enough time that they didn't need a feature. They needed a host feature. They needed a host that could do 15 good minutes, and then they would do the extra time so that they would get paid the feature pay and the headliner pay. So they were allowed to double dip on pay. So for them, they were like, oh, I got this dude. He's willing to pack it up, go on the road with me and host. So my first year of comedy was way different than lots of people's. I wasn't like, sign up at this mic. Hopefully I get time at this pub. I was all like, oh, man, you be in that green room sometimes, right, guys? And you're like, chicken fingers again? No? So I think I think we got to go to a commercial. But when we come back, Aimee, I want your opinion on what you think about the Orlando comedy scene. And then as an older woman in it, what you think about like some of the younger comics coming up, and not in a negative way, in a real life, like, perspective way.
Yeah, we would love to hear that. But we got to take a commercial break, man. We'll be right back with Miguel Colon Jr. and old ass Aimee. We'll be right back. Real Last Real Radio 104.1. Real Last Real Radio 104.1. Your nightcap of comedy. Ken Miller in the big chair tonight. Guys, do me a favor. Go out there, like, follow, and subscribe. Also, check out our sponsor, our official sponsor, the Law Offices of Kaufman and Lynn and the Under Oath Podcast, www.whereyouneedus.com, 407-500-JEFF. Slip or fall, car accident, kicking the ass, give Jeff a call. James is out on the boat, so he'll be back in a couple of weeks. Jeff Kaufman is out doing Kaufman stuff, but we are here kicking it. Miguel Colon Jr., Aimee LaCour from the Pillar Fork Podcast and the Psych Comedy Show. We're just talking about Orlando comedy. If you guys listen to the show, hopefully you've been able to come out, check out some Orlando comedy. I tell people all the time, we are one of the best comedy scenes in the nation. We are, I always say we're the San Antonio Spurs of comedy. We're a small market. but we will bust your ass. This is how I know this. A comedian, and we were just talking about him earlier, named Cam Bertrand. Cam Bertrand is a comic out of Tampa, Florida, but we consider Tampa, Orlando, Central Florida type comedy. And he hit me up for a show, and this is one of the greatest compliments ever. He hit me up for a show, and I don't really realize what I've done in stand-up until somebody's like, yo, you did this. He hit me up for a show, and I said, hey, man, I can't make it. I'm actually on the road right now, blah, blah, blah. He says, man, Unc, I'm trying to work with you. I said, I just want you to know, man, we'll get together soon. I'm proud of you. He says, man, we got on the San Antonio. He said, man, you Greg Popovich, man. He said, you know how many comedy jerseys you done got retired up in the Raptors? Like, how many comedians have come under your wing? He said, man, Unc, you should just be so proud of yourself of the amount of, and I never think about it that way. I just think about, I gave you some stage time. I gave you some knowledge. I took you on the road, bought you a Big Mac. You know what I'm saying? Bought you a Big Mac after we left the gig. I never think about how I touched comedy or what I've done for comics until somebody hit me with something like that. And I'm sitting there with my wife and I'm getting a pedicure. You don't worry about it. And I'm reading it to my wife and she looks at me and I'm like teary-eyed.
Yeah.
And she was like, yo, I said, yeah, because I hear it from Dwayne all the time because that's my best friend. Dwayne's always like, dog, man, thank you so much for what you've done for me. But like from hearing it from an outsider who I don't talk to, he's like, man, the amount of comedians that their jerseys are going to be retired because of you, man. It's a dope thing, man. So I just want to say shout out to Cam Bertrand for just saying that to me and understanding that, I had something to do with how great this scene is.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to segue to Aimee, because Aimee's more on the scene than we are. Me and Miguel are touring comics. We ain't here no more. We go. I might pop up to an open mic every now and then. Miguel might be like, Ken, what you doing? I'm going to open mic. I'm going to swing through. But and
when we do, Ken, I like text you all excited. I'm like, hey, guess what I'm doing? I'm going to go check out this open mic. It's like I'm about to pick up a hooker. I'm like, Ken, this is crazy. This is crazy. My wife don't know, but I'm about to pick up some comedy tonight.
So, Aimee, you're on the scene. What do you see? What are you seeing with the scene? What are you seeing with the comics? Are you loving it? Is it going in a great direction? Because we're leaving this to you guys.
Yep.
It's you, it's Jari, it's Dwayne.
Yep.
It's y'all.
Yeah. So I book probably 12 shows a month right now. And then I also do open mics.
Which is wild, guys. Which is wild. 12 shows a month. That's a lot, Aimee. 12 shows a month.
I swear I have a day job too, but I love it. I really love it. And like this S Sandwich has been going on for 14 years. It's a legacy. It's an honor. And what I'll say about it is, so I did my psych shows, and I had to book 12 comics, and then I book S Sandwich. I have so many comics to choose from that I have to tell people no. So that just shows you how many good people are in the scene, and every show does well. Like I had one bad S Sandwich in over a year, and that's every other week. Coming to Orlando, it's an incubator. People are hungry here. They work hard. They're funny. They hang out. They write. They keep on making more shows. Like some of the shows here are so inventive and so silly and fun. I love it here. And I love when you see comedians go anywhere else from Orlando, you see them soar because there's so much here for them to latch onto. So I love our scene. And
Orlando's the Dagestan of comedy. You're like, oh, you think you're funny? Send him 3 years to Orlando.
It is, and the thing is too about it is what I was saying too. Florida is so diverse; you can get in front of any kind of crowd. So when I first started, I go on iDrive and be around a bunch of tourists, and then I go on the coast to be around a bunch of snowbirds. Like so, you just get to be around so many different types of people. When you're in Indiana or even New York, you get into a silo. You don't really like grow in a different way. I think in Florida, you can grow so diversely. Even if you from night to night, from Deltona to Orlando. You just really learn how to be in front of lots of different crowds and really see how to be funny in different crowds. So I love it here.
Nice.
We got good comics. We got good
comics.
Do.
We really do, man. And it's such a good mixture of stand-up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're not going to get just a urban show. You're not going to get just a mainstream show. You're going to get a bunch of different comedy, which made me think about something Miguel was saying earlier. You also have to be able to do a bunch of different comedy. Because I can do clean, I can do club, I can do urban. I can host an event. I can roast. You have to be able to do everything. You have to be able to do every part of the stand-up show. Because a lot of comedians come in, I'm ready to feature, but can you host?
Right.
I'm ready to host, but can you guest spot? Like you don't even know where to start. You come in like, man, I'm ready to headline, bro. Can you do 25 minutes in front of two people?
Yeah. I've been headlining for 10 years now. And when me, Jolly, and Jake were putting together our lineup, Jolly was like, hey, I want to ask you something. He's like, and I just want to be real. He was like, would you be offended if I wanted you to host it? I'm like, absolutely not. Money's there. Hey, we chopping up money. Yeah. You know, I'm not taking any cuts on money. Money's there. The thing about it is some people are like, oh man, I don't want to. No, listen, whatever my function is in the show, just let me know. I'm going to do it. And hosting to me is the most technically important part of a comedy show. The most 100%. Technically important. You set the tone, you turn. Something I was told a long time ago that the job of a host is you turn a crowd into an audience. So there is a crowd of people gathered, but now an audience is paying attention and watching, and you run it. And I love hosting at a good show. When you're hosting clubs and theaters, hosting a bar show, you have to do so that you learn. In comedy, it's very important to learn what you hate and then still be good at that. Yeah, it really is, man. And then the thing is too, like Ken's saying about being able to do all different types of rooms, the disconnect between some people when they hear that is they think we're changing who we are. No, we change how we approach the room. Yeah. But we're not changing who we are, what we talk about, what we think. We're just changing the approach based on if I got nothing but a bunch of boomers from Boston that live down here, they're still going to get me. I just might have to work them into it with something that's more appealing to them. When I have young crowds, when they're in their 20s, I hit them up as Unc. I start them off talking about how, listen, man, I tell them all the time, like, hey, man, just you got to hear me out. I'm from the future. So I tell the young kids, I'm from the future, dog, okay? You got to hear me out. But that's it right there. And then when I'm talking to older people, I'm like, hey, man, listen, I got to apologize to y'all. I may have told y'all were full of S when I was growing up, and you know, it's hard to do all this with bad knees now too. So I start to understand some things.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Aimee.
Well, and as a booker, that's what I look for. I look for people that can pivot. Like I was talking about for Psych, I was talking to Miguel about this last night. Like Miguel, all of y'all were good at talking. You were good at your set. You were good at the group therapy. Like when someone asks to be on Psych, they can't just have a 5-minute set and expect to do a good job up there. They need to be good at all those things. And that's why I'm thankful that I have the caliber of y'all up there, because you're what make that show. But you have to spend a lot of time getting good at that. You can't just go up there and do 5 minutes of jokes and expect to kill it, you know?
Yeah, man. That was last night. I show up for the gig, and it's an outdoor gig. And shout out to Christy B Comedy Club. Christy B booked it, and Christy B was doing good. But you could look at the audience; it was all boomers, and it was up front 2 old white men. It was a woman on stage, and they wasn't feeling it. I was looking around, people were on their phones. So I like Miguel. I said you have to come and approach it a different way. So I get on stage. The first thing I do, I address the 2 old Muppets sitting in the balcony. They're the first, and that's what I called them, the old Muppets sitting in the balcony. And I do this same joke every time I see somebody in the audience not laughing. I say, who did you think was going to be here? Kevin Hart? Oh, you thought Dave Chappelle was going to be here. Oh, you was looking for Steve Harvey? Oh, you ain't see the mustache? Like, I do that every show when I see somebody not laughing. That audience automatically gets the audience to like me. Like, oh, he's a likable dude. So then as I'm going through my set, I'm working in the room. I'm working the room, and hey, you, I'm involving everybody. The next thing you know, 5 minutes in, and I'm doing an hour, I got their ass. Yeah, I got that. I got them on the hook. I'm pulling them in. And the other thing was crazy is I'm doing it sober because I haven't had a drink. So I'm even more clear now. Like I was on stage, like, yo, I understand what I'm saying. Forget. I was like, I ain't had a drink. Wow. Hey man, Hey, I said that word clear. I didn't stutter over that word.
That's what Ken was when he was driving home too. He was like, "This is actually a dangerous drive."
Yo,
Like,
I was like, dog, they must be drinking. They going fast.
yeah, I did not realize how many stoplights. I don't think I've ever stopped.
Hey man, doing sober comedy for me is crazy. I was like, this is good. Like, and it was outdoors. So this is a funny thing. It was out. This is how I know, Aimee, I was killing. It's outside and it's on a golf course. And right behind us, there's a putting green, and people over there putting. It's Miguel. It's about 45 people putting, practicing. They're on golf carts. No lie, I'm 10 minutes into my set. Everybody stops doing golfing, and they're watching me do stand-up.
Oh my gosh! That's
and
amazing.
I looked over at Christy B, and she had this like I did good. I booked it right. Like she had this look on her face, like, oh my God, thank you, because this was their first show. So it had to be a killer so she could bring the show back. But yeah, man, you gotta know how to do it like an outdoor show. It's not a club. The laughter is floating away like balloons. So you gotta understand. Hey, a theater. I did a theater of 5,000 people. You gotta know how to let them laughs die down because
they can't even see your face.
You can't see anybody.
They can't see your facial expressions. So you got that's why I always wonder about arena shows. Any comic I've ever worked with who does arenas, that is my biggest question is like, what are you thinking about that very back row? Because I've been to arena shows. I remember when I went and saw Dave Chappelle, I was like, that could be anyone up there. I think it's Dave. But I can't see, you know?
Well, and Ken, so I know you're amazing at that because you've done the station. And so I did a show before you did your show and one after. And all those shows were tough. And then you killed in that room. And that room is hard because it's cavernous. There's a big back open area. It's hot. Like, so how did you get better at that? It's commodifiable. Like it's just a difficult room because people are eating, people are walking around, people aren't paying attention. The energy kind of like evaporates.
Yeah. So
how did you know? How did you learn how to do that?
With those rooms, what I do with those type rooms, any of those stations, those bar shows, I know it's gonna be Roadhouse is gonna be the Blues Brothers. Ride them in, ride them out. Roll high. I know. I go to every table before the show and speak to people.
Wow.
I walk up to every table. Hey, how you doing? I'm Ken Miller. I'm your headliner. I joke with them. Hey, how you doing? I'm Ken Miller. I'm your headliner. What's going on? I'm Ken Miller. I did that at that show, and everybody was like, oh my God. I said, I know. And the crazy thing is, Aimee, a lot of people got tickets and didn't even know I was the headliner. They got some free tickets. And I'm just some random black guy walking up to that table like, how you doing? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, hey, and they're just like, hey, but then I get on stage and they love me because my MC bombed, my feature did okay, but they were waiting for me. And when I got on stage, I did my first joke. And next thing you know, man, I'm at 55 minutes and I'm dismounting, man. And speaking of dismounting, we got to dismount. We got to get up out of here, man. We in overtime. Miguel, where you at this weekend, baby?
This weekend, you can catch me at the Orlando Funny Bone Thursday, June 11th with David Jolly and Jake Ricca. Tickets are available on OrlandoFunnyBone.com.
Nice. I will be there too, man. I'm going to come check that out, brother. I got to come hang out with my family, man. Aimee, what you got this weekend?
I'll be at Bug Nutty Brewing hosting out in Melbourne. And then, follow me at Florida Comedy Collective for all of our open mics.
What's up with the podcast?
Oh, Pillow Fort Podcast. We have 2 more episodes for this season. I'm trying to get Rue back out here with me. She's traveling, hanging out with her man. Just call her up. Tell her we need her. We miss her. I miss her so much.
She never loved the game anyway.
Hey, man, this weekend I will be in Cape Coral. Yo, I love Rue. Shout out to Kangaroo, man. Hey, I got this weekend I'll be in Cape Coral. Shows are sold out. I just want to give a shout out to all the new followers for OMG is Weeks. Hey, man, my Facebook fan page, I picked up 750 followers last week from Port Charlotte. So thank y'all so much for all the new followers. Now, if you follow me, I need you to go like this stuff too.
Yeah.
Don't just follow me and be lurking like a creep. I need you to also go like and comment on some stuff. I would appreciate that, man. But we got to get up out of here, man. We are in overtime. We will see you guys tomorrow night, man. The crew will be back. Miguel should be here. Jeff Kaufman and Aimee. If she's not doing that, we'll see if we can drag Aimee on here to kick it with us. Misogynist men. Hey, I did a Chris Alexander, but we gotta go. We gotta go. That is Ava LaCour. That is Miguel Colon Jr. Hey, Miguel, tell these dudes what to do.
Take your ass to bed.
Good night.